right, pro-Trump super PAC, Great America, announcing today they doubled their fundraising in June, raising over $2.5 million. Remember, there were some concerns that the Trump campaign, as well as super PACs, were having a hard time getting donors. Keep in mind, in May, Trump's campaign raised a little over $3 million compared to Hillary Clinton's $28 million. My next guest knows a thing or two about running big, successful businesses, and he donated money to Trump because he says he believes Trump is the only candidate who can turn our economy around. Joining me right now, the CEO of CKE Restaurants, Andy Puzder. Andy, good to see you.
Good to see you, Trish. Glad to be here.
Why do you think so many big-money Republicans are still so reluctant to back Donald Trump?
I think there's a lot of different reasons. I think one primary reason is people are burned out. You had 17 candidates. If you were at all involved in Republican politics over the past decade, you probably knew 2 or 3 people that were running for president. So people have already maxed out probably to multiple candidates. That will fade as the reality of a potential Hillary Clinton presidency comes to the forefront. Also, people have been contributing to the RNC. That the money that Trump raised doesn't include the money the RNC raised, which he'll have access to in about 3 weeks when he's formally nominated. So I think people will start to contribute more. The threat from a Clinton presidency is too great.
She's just, she's getting so much money in the coffers. How much does money matter, though, these days, Andy? I mean, still, to a certain extent, it's important. But he's also changed the game to a certain extent.
Well, if you and I were doing this interview last year, you could have made that same comment, but put Jeb Bush in where you put Hillary Clinton. I mean, Jeb Bush had a tremendous amount of money, and Donald Trump managed to overcome all of that with the positions he took on various issues and with the free media that he's able to generate. It's a different world out there. It's, you can do crowd fundraising. He can reach thousands, if not millions, of people on Twitter every day. He really understands social media better than any president ever has, and I think he's taken great advantage of that. So I don't know that he needs $1 billion. I think with $1 billion, like Hillary will probably raise, he would be so formidable. But even without it, he's formidable, and I think he'll do very, very well.
You talk to a lot of conservatives, or you talk to a lot of folks in business like I do, and sometimes I wonder if it's sort of like their dirty little secret, because they'll kind of test you out for a while, and then at some point they say, well, I really do like Donald Trump. But they always kind of say it in this sort of like hush-hush voice. And I just wonder if that's one of the reasons why he's not able to raise the kind of money, for example, that Hillary Clinton is. Because, if you're a Democrat, you can say, I'm supporting Hillary Clinton, and you can say that very proudly. Whereas a lot of Republicans are very challenged, and there's, also some Democrats that may be looking to do this crossover, but people are afraid to say, he's my guy.
Well, a lot of things were said in the primaries that, that are hard to take back. And I think people had friends in the primaries that disparaging comments were made about. And it's going to take them a little while to get over this. But if you look at the tax plans that Mr. Trump and Hillary Clinton have, if you look at how they want to deal with energy, if you look at how they want to deal with regulatory reform, if you look at how they want to deal with entitlements, the choice is so clear. We have one candidate who's pro-growth. Our economy is so bad that the Federal Reserve Board is afraid to raise interest rates 0.25%. I mean, we're in real economic trouble, and we need a pro-growth presidency. All Hillary Clinton wants to do, her tax plan is almost entirely income redistribution. In fact, the Tax Foundation said GDP would go down over 10 years 1% with her plan, and we'd lose 300,000 full-time jobs.
But Andy,
with
how do you
Trump's plan,
compete
they said
against
GDP would go up 11%, and we'd create 5.3 million jobs. So huge difference.
How does Donald Trump compete against all this free stuff? I mean, Hillary Clinton's saying, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And, your taxes will go down. I mean, it doesn't make any sense because there's no way that she can possibly give out that much stuff without raising taxes on the middle class. But this is what she's telling people. How does he compete against that?
Well, he seems to be doing very, very well, appealing to working class and middle class voters. He approaches this so much differently than Mitt did. Mitt almost seemed to be embarrassed about his success at times, which he shouldn't have been. Donald Trump never does. And middle class and working class voters, I love this. They don't envy him. They don't resent him. They don't treat him like, some big rich guy. They see his success and they want to emulate it. And quite honestly, that's the America I remember. It's the America I grew up in, where you want to be like the successful guy. You don't resent the successful guy. I think he's reaching people.
You know, people want to work. I really do think Americans,
I agree.
That's in our nature, right? We want to work. We want to earn our own keep. We want to make our own success. And we want an environment that provides that opportunity for success. Who wants a handout?
Opportunity, opportunity and earned success. That's what makes a happy, satisfied people, and that's something that we've built an entire culture around. So we've seen that decline over the last 7 years, but I think Donald Trump can bring it back, and I'm anxious to see. I really hope he has the chance.
All right. Well, we'll be watching. Andy, look forward to talking to you some more throughout this election. Thank you so much, sir.